come here, not after Pakistan. But I'm not going to make it political. I will mention it among other countries. But you know, I'm heartbroken what is happening. My heart is breaking. I'm so... it's too much. I can imagine that. It's too much. Huh? Good. Are the Palestinians here? I want to meet them. I want to meet them. Yeah. Good to speak to you because I cannot go up and not mention them. Then I'm not an honest human being. I will mention everybody. I mean, I met Sudanese refugees here. The Egyptian government is very generous looking after them. And I will say thank you to the Egyptian government. And I'll speak about girls in Afghanistan. I'll speak about, you know, all conflicts. But I will say that what is happening today is the worst I've seen in my 35 years. You know, and I was a scout myself. I worked in I was a scout in Sweden. And then I joined the Red Cross, Red Crescent movement. Then I studied
Welcome back to Plenary for our final conference day. That wasn't enough energy. Come on, some energy. Today we are looking forward, forecasting our impact on the future and committing to take action and continue moving as a movement. We have spent time throughout the conference exploring our hopes and opportunities for young people and future generations. And together, we have committed to the strategy for scouting. Through our breakouts, workshops, exhibitions, plenaries, and voting, we have spoken with our contributions, our voices, our votes, as we committed to the work of this movement for the next 3 years and 9 years. As a practical reminder, for member organizations that wish to offer a token of recognition or gift to the host organization or to World Scouting, those can be given at the start of the closing ceremony tonight at 7 p.m. In this session, we will be inspired by our guest speaker as we pause to consider what will contribute to support the continuous development of young people so that they can be equipped with the skills, experience, and knowledge to face the challenges of society and our planet. What will our commitment and contributions be? Before the conference, we asked all NSOs to bring and contribute a small item that will be placed in a time capsule. This time capsule will be closed at the conclusion of this session of the World Scout Conference, and it will be opened when we review the strategy for scouting in 2033. The time capsule that you all contributing to has been sitting here in front of us all conference. This globe will travel around the world, visiting each of the regions and conferences over the time of the strategy. But first, this will travel around the plenary hall for each delegation to add their contribution. Our online delegations have submitted their contributions, and I now will add the contributions of our online delegations to the capsule. Conference, I would like to ask our amazing volunteers to commence the journey of the time capsule around the room by taking it from the stage and handing it to our first delegation, Albania.
All right. Whilst the capsule is traveling around the room, we will hear from our guest speaker, Yasmine Sherif, Executive Director of Education Cannot Wait. I would like to invite Yasmine to join us on stage, and as she makes her way up, we will hear briefly about her background. Yasmine Sherif is the Executive Director of Education Cannot Wait, the Global Fund for Education in Emergencies and Protracted Crises. A lawyer specialized in international humanitarian law and human rights law. She has over 30 years of experience with the United Nations and international NGOs. Mrs. Sherif has served in some of the most crisis-affected areas of the world, including Afghanistan and the Middle East, the Balkans, Cambodia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Sudan. She has also led teams in New York and Geneva, from where she continues to conduct regular missions to countries affected by armed conflicts, forced displacements, and climate-related disasters and other crises. Mrs. Sherif, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sabah al-Khair. I'm actually half Egyptian. My father was from Egypt and my mother from Sweden. And I have to fix my hair here. It's okay now. And I am very happy to be back in Egypt again. I haven't been there for a while, but I feel so at home when I'm in Egypt. I'm also happy to be back with the scouting movement. You may not know, but I was a scout myself for many, many years when I was young. I was a scout, and I learned the values of diversity, universality, kindness, and goodness from the heart to the whole of humanity. Everyone, irrespective of race, religion, gender, political opinion, ethnicity, whoever you are, we are all one humanity. And that's also how I was brought up and ended up in the scouting movement. And after that, I went on to join the Swedish Red Cross and Red Crescent movement, where I also started working on humanitarian law. And then I decided I wanted to work for the United Nations, so I studied law. I studied human rights law, international humanitarian law. And I was 23, 24 years when I joined the United Nations, and I've been doing that ever since in my life. So I can say that the past 35 years have been to pursue the values of the Scouting movement, which I joined at the tender age of 7, and continued my life path. And it all starts, I think, with education. Education from home, from your parents. I grew up in a home where universality, diversity, humanity, tolerance were part of my education. And then I went to school and experienced the same sort of education. And that's the kind of education that Education Cannot Wait, the Global Fund for Education in Emergencies, which is part of the UN system and which I represent. It is, yes, academic skills, yes, it's the arts, and arts is a very good form of expressing that. It's math and reading and writing, but it's also how to educate our heart and how we soften our heart in a world that today is a very, very cruel world. And that's why our hope is with the young generation. We need you. I'm a mother of 2 young, well, they're not so young, but they are 26 and 31. And I brought them up, and their father brought them up, to have the hearts to make this world a better place. Over the years, I have seen so much human suffering. Human suffering that puts everything in your own life into perspective. From girls' education in Afghanistan that today is banned from secondary school upwards. This is wrong and does not represent any religion, and certainly not Islam, nor any other religion or faith-based belief. I've seen the suffering of refugees and migrants from Venezuela going to Colombia, trying to keep up with their learning, going to school where we are making investments. The suffering of young people and children in Haiti who are suffering from gang violence. Across sub-Saharan Africa, the Sahel, South Sudan, not to talk about what's happening in Sudan today. I have lived and worked in many of these places, and I lived and worked in Sudan, in Khartoum. And to see what is happening, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the government of Egypt, Hakoum al-Masr, for taking care of the Sudanese refugees whom I met with yesterday. They are being integrated into the public school here in Egypt, and they are suffering tremendously from the cruel, cruel conflict in Sudan. We must be there for them. I have lived and worked and seen the suffering of the Palestinian people. And for as long as I live, I will keep them in my heart. And I pray to God that they will survive, because they are suffering tremendously as I stand here. And I've seen the suffering of people in sub-Saharan Africa who are fleeing from one conflict to another, extreme poverty. That's why we need the youth. We need the youth to say we need a better world. And since the Scouting movement is connected to the United Nations stands for the values that are universal to all of us, irrespective of who we are. And that's something I learned also as a lawyer. Always be impartial when it comes to human beings. It doesn't matter who you are, but your suffering is my suffering, and I will not allow that to happen. I need to be strong inside to stand up for everybody, not to take sides. Suffering is never justified, and to inflict suffering on other human beings can never be justified. We have to soften our hearts. And you, as the young people, The other day we commemorated the World Humanitarian Day at the UN, and the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. They made a beautiful, beautiful video. But they said to all world leaders, all of you who have political power, I'm not a politician, I'm a civil servant, but please adhere to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, to the UN Charter that was created by people of high heart to create a better world. And you, as the young people, teach your children to be the peacemakers. And that can be no peace without justice. Justice and peace go hand in hand. And that every human being has the same value. You are the future politicians, the future teachers, the future and today's flag bearers, to paraphrase the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Amina Mohammed, the flag bearers of diversity, tolerance. You are the ones that will change the world and make it a better place, and to bring up your children to be the flag bearers, starting off as a scout, being closely connected to the United Nations. And let me end here, as I stand here, and I think of all people who suffer. And right now I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken to see what is happening to the people of Sudan. I'm heartbroken to see what's happening in Gaza and the West Bank to the Palestinian people. I'm heartbroken for the people in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm heartbroken across the Sub-Saharan Africa. I'm heartbroken for Latin America. I'm heartbroken for the Global South. I'm heartbroken for Ukraine. We need the youth, and let me end with this, because only then can we change the world, and you will be the ones. It's a poem I wrote years ago when I wrote my book for humanity, The Case for Humanity. In all that you dream to possess and achieve, seek to remove the I and the me. In all that you yearn to become and to be, seek to merge the they and the we. Beyond all that we crave and all that we wish, there is a greater what shall be. The goal of all human life, humanity set free. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your inspiring address. We would now like to invite on stage Ola and Marta, two amazing WASM Global Youth representatives. Now we invite Ms. Yasmine back on stage to join our youth representatives.
Good morning, Yasmine. How are you doing? Can you maybe try to adjust your mic?
Yeah.
It's not on? Yeah, us neither.
Me? Now
We
it's on.
hear you.
No, I just wanted to say life is not linear. And the more up and down it goes, the more we grow. So take it and embrace it.
Right, absolutely.
Including with the microphone. Please go ahead.
Absolutely. No, and also given that we all are scouts, here is a safe space for these difficulties as well. So we take it as a challenge and we welcome it. Over to you, Marta.
So I would like to start with some of the very strong and powerful messages you just shared with us. And we are so glad to have you here today because you're a person that works through values and with values, with a strong commitment and dedication. And we pretty much appreciate that. You're one of the heroes that is making this world a better place. And recapping a little bit, education is a key for a better world where everyone is part of that change and nobody's left behind. And every person is valued because of their humanity. So thank you very much. And now I will hand over to Olha.
Yeah, we have a few questions for you, and we would be very much delighted to hear your answers, given your occupation, your professional operation. And the first question would be, many crises, such as the crisis of accessible education, the climate crisis, and increasing political turmoil are deeply interconnected, and right now they reinforce each other. While these crises disproportionately affect young people, many positions of power are still in the hands of older generations. How can we ensure that young people, those who are directly affected by this, have a voice and influence in decision-making process to access this intertwined crisis?
Thank you very much. I mean, as you say, there are so many intertwined crises. I mean, you look at the forest of the Amazons. I mean, we are breathing thanks to that forest. And we also see, I live in New York City, and you can see on the screen how the forest in Amazon is disappearing step by step, almost by the minute. And climate change or climate action overall is an absolute existential necessity for the young people. So there you have climate change. Then we have extreme poverty. To travel to villages and in Mali and in sub-Saharan Africa, in the Sahel, and there's nothing. You go into a school, at its best there might be a desk, but there is no school supplies. The teachers are not receiving any fees, no training. I think that there is the majority of school-age children at the age of 10 in sub-Saharan Africa cannot, by the age of 10, read and comprehend a sentence. That is how poor the education system is, okay? Though the leaders are very committed. I was in Nigeria recently, and we went to northeast Nigeria, where many children and girls and boys have been taken into the bush by militia groups and lost all sense of education. But the Minister of Education, both at the state level and at the federal level, they're so committed to get them back to school. Now, it costs money. We need a better sharing of resources in this world. There is a huge discrepancy in climate change, in extreme poverty, and in armed conflict. Ukraine is today the one country in the global north that is suffering tremendously from an armed conflict that is hurting and destroying the future of Ukrainian children. And Education Cannot Wait has made an investment both in Ukraine, and I'm actually traveling there, but also in Moldova, neighboring country receiving refugees. But besides Ukraine, that should never have ended up in this horrible situation, everything else is happening in the global south. The poverty, the conflicts, the loss of resources, though it's a very resourceful part of the world. We need to shift that. We need a balanced world where every human being, global north, global south, east, west, is treated the same and have the same opportunity to educate themselves and to build a life that is productive to the humanity. And we look to the youth to create what I call ethical politics. Ethical politics. Politics in itself is nothing wrong. It's an instrument Politics is when you do your bed every morning. Politics is how you behave in school. But you have to be ethical, value system, and universal values. Not my system, not your system. Universal values to which we all have agreed upon in the UN Charter and Declaration for Human Rights.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this powerful, insightful message. And as you said, these values should be common for all of us. And I'm really happy to say that our values, they are the basic human values, right, Marta?
Yes, absolutely. And I would like to hand over a little bit to our next question, but first, thank you so much for highlighting the idea that we really need to allocate all the resources that are needed to ensure that children and young people are able to shape a world where everybody's feeling safe, where everybody can contribute to the future we want to live in. And that leads me to my next question. So how does education cannot wait balance the immediate educational needs of children in crisis with the long-term visions of sustainable development and education reform?
Well, first of all, Education Cannot Wait operate in two ways. We are a very big global fund within the United Nations system, and we enjoy very strong support from our Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, and the Deputy Secretary General, Amina Mohammed, who was here. We were created by the former Prime Minister of UK, Gordon Brown, who is also the UN Special Envoy for Education, and I am the Executive Director. We are a big community, so it's my team at the Secretariat, but it's all education community. Many member states of the UN are part of it and contribute finances. We have one window where we can invest multi-year to make sure that everyone can go to school from pre-primary through 12th grade. And then we have something called the first emergency response, which means that we can come in immediately when there's a crisis. Now, we need funding for that, and we have mobilized close to $2 billion, but this is not enough when you have close to 230 million children in conflicts, extreme poverty or conflict, and as you said, the multitude of crises, climate change, or as refugees. So you can just imagine, just extreme poverty alone is a horrible, horrible experience for a child. Now you add to that conflict, extreme, absurd violence, which I've already mentioned, and violations, and on top of it you have to flee. What we do, and I will give you a few examples. When Sudan conflict broke out, we were the first entity to respond with financial resources to the High Commissioner for Refugees and the United Nations Children Fund and the International Catholic Relief Service, quickly to support refugees and the Norwegian Refugee Council, I think, in all 5 refugee receiving countries. We were very, very fast. Within a month or two, we had ensured that the fleeing refugees were taken care of. And that's one reason I'm here in Egypt, is to see how well received they are by the government of Egypt, and under the government of Egypt's leadership, together with the United Nations, civil society, is actually providing education through our investments. But I would appeal to everyone who has the ability, and certainly in the global north, the Egyptian government is doing all it can, but the capacity is stretched when you get a big influx of refugees. The same is happening to Ukrainian refugees coming into neighboring countries in Europe. When Gaza imploded, we were the first to provide investment for psychosocial services and mental health to the children of Gaza, working through UN agencies and the Norwegian Refugee Council, I think already in November. because they are all traumatized. The same in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, where we work with the Nobel Prize winner also in northeast Nigeria, Dr. Mukwege, where girls are being raped as a means of warfare. In Eastern Congo, 200,000 girls alone. Some of them are even babies. The magnitude of cruelty in this world, toppled by climate change, and the lack of sharing resources to invest in education, it's quite mind-blowing. And that's why it's so important to get rid of that selfish interest or the means or the ends justify the means. No, stay the course and be an honorable human being of values, diversity, and humanity for everyone that crosses your path in this world. Humanity is the highest virtue to which we can aspire as human beings. And I hope that you as the Scouting movement will drive that. Important for education it's the teachers, but it's also the parents. From the moment the child is born, is how you treat your child, the value system that comes from home. What are you being taught as a child? That you're a member of humanity or just of your tribe? Well, we don't have space for tribes anymore. That belongs to the past. We are one humanity of 8 billion people. And that means we need to have humanity in our hearts. I hope that responds, and that comes with education. Yes. Education of the mind, education of the soul, and above all, education of the heart. Education of the heart. I always say, when you face a challenge, and it's easy to, get emotional about it and get back to that sort of primitive tribal state of mind, I say, don't cancel your head. Cancel your heart. Because in your heart dwells a greater mind.
Wow. Bravo.
Thank you, Yasmine, for all that you are sharing with us today. I think it's been very valuable for us. And trying to recap a little bit, I've really liked your idea of that big community, and the idea of being a global community is the only thing that can ensure safety, feeling part of a bigger thing than just ourselves. And that is the only thing that will give us the strength, but also the possibility to really improve the world we are living in. So we ensure every person is able to live a happy life and a fulfilling life. And now, Olha, do we have any other more questions?
Yes, for sure. We do have one question, but before that, I would like to say a huge thank you for your message, because this is something that resonates with me specifically as a person from Ukraine, as a refugee myself. But I also know that there are a lot of people in this room who are facing the same challenge, who are going through the same pain, and who suffer exactly as I do. So thank you very much for that. It really touched the bottom of my heart. And the last question maybe is not that linked to the previous one for sure, but we'd like to ask you the following question. In a world fraught with challenges, what advice would you offer to all of us, to all of those young people who are passionate about creating a better future, but maybe unsure of how to begin or sustain their efforts?
It's a very good question. First of all, before I answer that, and I think it's part of the answer, I would like to thank the Scouting movement and the World Scouting movement, because I come from a home of humanity and diversity, having an Egyptian father, a Swedish mother, and joining the UN and becoming a scout at an early age. I think I wouldn't be sitting here with you if I had not become a scout at the age of 7. That has determined my life path and my value system. So thank you to the World Scout movement, because for whatever my life has taken the course, it started at home and by being a scout. So thank you. And advice to you, all of you is, and you experience that when you speak for humanity, when your heart is soft and your mind has a moral clarity of what is right and wrong, which you can find in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, you can find, I'm sure, also in the scouting movement, and I learned that when I was a scout. You will confront opposition, you will confront people who will be aggressive or disagree with you. And I would say it's all about conquering your fears as you stand with humanity. Conquer your fears. Or as someone said, I shall act as my conscience dictates, and I know I will be looked after. It's better, as one of our great Secretary Generals, Dag Hammarskjöld, said, if you have nothing worth risking your comfort for, you won't have anything worth living for either. Don't be afraid. Conquer your fears. And know that as long as you are there for the word and for humanity, and for those who cannot speak for themselves because they are so oppressed or suffering so much in the darkest corners of the world, give them space, be their voice, and never fear. Look fear in the eyes and say, you think you can scare me? You think you are the storm? No, I am the storm. I fear no one except my conviction in humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I see some tears in your eyes, Marta.
Yeah.
And I feel exactly the same way. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you.
It's been a great pleasure to have you here, and it's been really, truly inspiring to listen to your contributions. And I feel they were not only enlightening, but they also motivated us to work further, to strive for creating a better future. And for sure, we look forward to cooperating on you with this matter, because as you said, we have a huge human capacity. We have 57 million of scouts and adults who are ready to work on this. But sometimes we lack the financial resource for sure, and some informational advice as well. So that was indeed a powerful and strong speech, and we're incredibly grateful to have you here tonight. This morning. Can't wait to see the closing ceremony. Not yet.
Yeah, I would like to just finish by saying, Yasmine, thank you so much. Today we have here the representatives of most of the countries where we have scouting, most of our National Scouts organization, and you have impacted everybody's hearts here, and this is going to transfer by the representatives to the scout leader, to all of our children and young people. So thank you very much for being here with us today, and thank you for all that you have been doing, are doing, and will continue doing for the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
Yasmine.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you, Yasmine, Marta, and Oa. As we have been listening to the panel, our time capsule. Thank you, amazing people. As we have been listening to our panel, our time capsule has traveled around our plenary room. We will now pass on to our next segment, and the time capsule will keep traveling around the room. We will call our volunteers to set up the stage for the next segment. Thank you everyone for your contributions and for leaving a mark in a time at the historic moment for our movement. Please enjoy the video that will play before we commence the next session.
Conference. Can you guess with me what is happening? Can you see where we're going with this? Since you cannot guess, I'm going to tell you. Welcome to the very first Purple Awards. Come on, that's not clapping for Purple Awards. Welcome to the very first Purple Awards.
So this is the largest ever conference or World Scout conference, and I think for the very first, as far as I know, it's the very first Purple Awards. I think we need more and more energy for our awardees. Can we all clap for the very first Purple Awards?
We are honored to be here with you all today for this exciting celebration, extraordinary achievements in the scouting community.
This is no ordinary award ceremony. Today, we are bringing you the best of the best, from youth members to adult volunteers, and from NSO to global leaders.
So the rest of our session is mostly about celebration, so please fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be exciting and it's going to be fun. But first, let's kick things off with a beautiful performance that you might be familiar with by this point. Are we ready for that? Maybe need some more clapping for it to be coming. I'm sure you recognize these faces by now.
From every corner around the globe, we gathered here today. We build bridges across the globe. We have a message to say.
De tous les coins du bout du monde, nous nous sommes donné la main. Ensemble, nous créons un monde meilleur par nos services à chaque être humain.
New adventure is here to sprout. Once a scout, forever a scout. Are you ready? Es-tu prêt? ¿Estás listo? مستعد مستعد للحياة. Listos para la vida.
Pour la vie,
Ready for life.
de todo el mundo preparamos líderes del futuro. El líder desde el corazón lleva siempre la inspiración.
Everybody. New adventure is here to sprout. Once a scout, forever a scout. Are you ready? Es-tu prêt? ¿Estás listo? مستعد مستعد للحياة. Listos para la vida.
Pour la vie,
Ready for life. ضفاف النيل نعمل تغيير ونعيش بروح الوحدة. صداقة تواصل استعداد ايد واحدة. دايما في الخدمة وبإخلاصنا من جيل ورا جيل، من جيل ورا جيل. New adventure is here to sprout. Once a scout, forever a scout. Are you ready? Es-tu prêt? Estás listo? مستعد؟ مستعد للحياة. Listos para la vida. Ready for life. Are you ready? Es-tu prêt? Estás listo? مستعد؟ مستعد للحياة. Listos para la vida. Ready? 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 Ready for life.
Oh, my purple. This was spectacular, right? What a way to start this session. I'm completely energized and just couldn't stop myself from dancing in my chair. You could tell, right? It is our honor to present an award that celebrates exceptional achievement within the scouting community for the NSO in each region with the highest growth. This is based on the WASM official census data of 31st December 2022. We are now moving to the first set of awards, which is the Growth Awards.
Today, we recognize 5 organizations that have demonstrated remarkable growth in absolute numbers. Highlighting their dedication to the principles of scouting, this award for highest regional growth emphasizes the importance of growing to sustain our beloved scout movement for generations to come. So, we will start with the African region. Let's hear some cheers from our dear members from African region here. So the award for the highest regional growth in absolute numbers in African region for 2021 to 2024 goes to the Tanzanian Scout Association. Congratulations, dear friends.
We're moving now to the Arab region. Can we have some cheers from the Arab region participants? We can do better, but that's okay for now. The award for the highest regional growth in the absolute numbers in the Arab region, also from 2021 to 2024, goes to the Palestinian Scout Association. Congratulations. Alf Mabruk.
And now we are moving towards the east. Can I hear if we have anyone from the Asia Pacific region? Thank you so much. So the award for the highest regional growth in absolute numbers in the Asia Pacific region from 2021 to 2024 is the Boy Scouts of the Philippines.
It is so inspiring to see all this incredible growth across 3 regions. Let's have another round of applause for African, Arab, and Asia Pacific regions. Moving on, we pass the spotlight now to the European region. Let's hear some cheers from our friends from Europe. Brilliant. Now the award for highest regional growth in absolute numbers in European region for 2021 to 2024 goes to Ring Deutsche Pathfinder Verbande.
Congratulations. Now we finally come to the Inter-America region. I have high expectations from you. Let's hear more cheers, Inter-America. All right, so the award for the highest regional growth in absolute numbers in the Inter-American region 2021 to 2024 goes to Scouting America. All right, after this, can we have a moment to take a group photo of all NSO that were on the stage? So all the awardees, can we have you quickly back to the stage for a group photo? Can we have the awardee NSOs? Yes? Let's do that quickly, please. Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody. Next, we recognize the NSOs in World Scouting that have attained the largest market share in their region based on WASM's official census data as of 31st December 2022. Achieving the highest market share means that these organizations are not only growing, but are also becoming the preferred choice for young people in their communities, standing at the forefront of activities and opportunities that are available to them.
This accomplishment emphasizes their dedication to the principles of Scouting and highlights their significant role in ensuring our movement remains influential and robust for years to come. By leading in market share, they are paving way the future of generations to experience the values and benefits that Scouting brings.
So we will call the NSOs one by one to come on stage, as we just said, and collect their awards. And so the National Scout Organization with the highest market share in the African region from 2021 to 2024 is the Kenya Scouts Association. Please stay with us on the stage after you take the photo. Congratulations. Please stay with us here on stage. Kenya Scout Association, can we still have you on the stage? Thank you.
In the Arab region, the National Scout Organization with the highest market share from 2021 to 2024 is the Palestinian Scout Association.
Next, the National Scout Organization with the highest market share in the Asia Pacific region for 2021-2024 is the Bhutan Scout Association. They are joining us online. Congratulations.
All right. Sorry. Back to Europe we go. The award for a National Scout Organization with the highest market share in the European region from 2021-2024 goes to Pfaffender und Pfaffenrin Liechtenstein. Congratulations.
And the award for the National Scout Organization with the highest market share in the Inter-America region from 2021 to 2024 goes to the Barbados Boy Scout Association.
They're also joining us online.
Thank you. As we continue to the next segment, the following award celebrates those NSOs who have scored above 90% in growth potential dimension of a global support assessment tool in the last triennium. Achieving such a high score in growth potential means that these organizations excel in several key areas. They have effective strategies for recruiting, retaining, and managing members. They are committed to diversity and inclusion, ensuring their membership is representative of their communities. Their long-term strategic planning priorities, growth and sustainability, and they implemented specific programs and initiatives aimed at expanding membership and improving organizational capacities.
By leading in growth potential, they are paving the way for future generations to experience the values and benefits that Scouting brings. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding NSOs for their exceptional vision, for potential, for growth, as we call them on stage.
As we call the name of the NSOs, please have a representative come on stage to collect the award. The following National Scout organizations have shown outstanding commitment to creating growth potential, starting with the Scout Association of Hong Kong,
the Scout Association of Japan,
Next is Scouting America.
and finally, the Bangladesh Scouts, who sadly could not attend this conference, but let's give them a round of applause nevertheless. Big congratulations to these NSOs. Please line up for the photograph. Thank you so much for being an inspiration to our movement. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Moving on, we hope you are still with us because we have something really special. The very, very first Intergenerational Leadership Award in our movement.
A lot of novelties this year. I'm really glad to be here. This award is all about celebrating the NSOs that bring together different generations on their boards, proving that wisdom and innovation can go hand in hand. Today, we recognize 13 National Scout organizations that have valued and promoted intergenerational leadership in their national decision-making processes by achieving 3 or more of the following criteria in the 2021-2024 triennium. Have at least 30% of young people under the age of 30 in its national board. Have nominated candidates under the age of 30 to the regional or World Scout Committee or as youth advisors. Have obtained a score of 2 or 3 in GSAT criteria on youth engagement. Have endorsed young people under the age of 30 as volunteers for World Scouting. Have sent to this conference a delegation made up of 30% under the age of 30.
So while this is the first time that we're having this intergenerational award, we really hope that it will continue to promote a culture of intergenerational leadership and encourage all National Scout organizations to increase the engagement of young people in decision-making processes. This is really key, as you might have noticed, to ensuring the long-term sustainability and success of the Scout movement.
So, let's give it up for our pioneering awardees who are leading the way in intergenerational leadership. Your efforts are not only paving the way for a more inclusive and dynamic future, but are also setting a standard for others to follow. For this award, we will be looking at NSOs globally, and in no specific order, we will call them out one by one to join us on stage to collect their award.
First to come on the stage, Rwanda Scout Association. The Guides and Scouts of Finland. The Bharat Scouts and Guides, India.
Ring Deutsche Pfaffendigen Verbände. The Scout Association of Belize. Hungarian Scout Association.
Movimiento Scout del Uruguay. Guides and Scouts of Sweden. Scouts de Argentina.
Association of Scouts of Montenegro. Scouts of Canada. The National Scout Association of Ukraine. Last but not the least, Pathfinder and Liechtenstein.
Congratulations. Congratulations, friends. We'll just give it a moment for a group photo. Let's give another round of applause for the very first Intergenerational Awards.
Thank you. It was very nice to hear from everybody and the applause. Now let's honor and recognize the NSOs that are celebrating their centennials. 100 years of scouting is an incredible achievement. A century of fostering the scouting spirit and making a positive impact on countless lives. We will now call out the names of the NSOs one by one. We invite the NSO representative to join us on the stage to collect the diploma. First up, we have the Jordanian Association of Boy Scouts and Girl Guides.
Congratulations, dear friends. This is an incredible milestone. Alf Mabruk. Next up, we have the Korea Scout Association.
Congratulations, friends. The following centenary diploma is given to Tili Eto, Madagascar. Congratulations. We actually continue with Madagascar, this time a different NSA. So please come collect your diploma. Congratulations to our brothers and sisters in Madagascar. Now we invite to the stage our scouting friends from the Association des Guides et Scouts de Monaco.
Congratulations. So many of you have reached this significant milestone, and we are so thrilled about it here. Coming up, celebrating 100 years of scouting, may we please have Corpo Nacional de Escutas join us on stage. Congratulations, friends from Portugal.
Next up, joining us online, Boy Scouts van Suriname.
Last but not the least, we invite to the stage Lee Eclairs et Eclairet Israël de France to collect their Centenary Diploma. Congratulations, and here's another 100 years of adventure, growth, and service.
Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Next, congratulations. We can be more excited about the Bronze Wolf Awards. All right. As you might guess by now, next in our segment, yes please, we present the prestigious Bronze Wolf Awards. So, for background, this is the highest honor and the only awards given by the World Scout Committee. It recognizes the outstanding service, commitment, and contributions of volunteers to the Scout movement. Since its establishment, 399 people have received the awards.
To present the Bronze Wolf Awards, we invite to stage Mari Nakano, Chair of the World Honors and Awards Committee.
Thank you, conference. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate a very special moment in Scouting. The presentation of the Bronze Wolf Award. This award is the highest honor in Scouting and recognizes the service of exceptional character, dedication, and contribution of our volunteers around the world. The Bronze Wolf is the only award presented by the World Scout Committee. In the movement's early years, Robert Baden-Powell, the founder of the Scout, awarded a silver wolf to Scouts for their outstanding service and value to the movement. As the silver wolf was a British national award, Baden-Powell was later asked to create a special award to recognize this service. This led to the establishment of the Bronze Wolf Award in 1935, and Robert Baden-Powell was the first person to be awarded. In this triennium, 2021-2024, we were able to recognize 21 awardees. I'm excited that 8 of them are here with us today at the conference, and 1 is online. Their dedication and achievement are truly inspiring, and we are thrilled to celebrate their contribution with the special honor. So, let's start, shall we? So, Andy and Ahmed, would you please join us on stage? Thank you. So I'll be reading out the awardees in an order that is based on the time at which they were awarded. The first Bronze Wolf awardee will be joining the virtual stage of the conference. Under number 380, we are pleased to award the Bronze Wolf to Peter Plutch from Australia. Ooh. And the award will be presented to Peter by Kirsty Brown, number 312, and Paul Parkinson, number 370.
Hello Conference. I'm Kirsty Brown, Bronze Wolf holder 312. This evening we're here to present the Bronze Wolf to Peter Blatch for his outstanding service to World Scouting. His citation has previously been read, and I will ask Paul Parkinson, Bronze Wolf holder 370, to present the medal, and I will present the certificate.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Scout salute.
Thanks, Thanks, conference.
Thank you, Peter. The following Bronze Wolf Award under number 383 is presented to Craig Turpey from UK, United Kingdom, and the award will be presented by myself, Mari Nakano, number 362. Okay, thank you, Craig. So the next Bronze Wolf Award under number 387 is awarded to Moira Fitzgerald from Ireland. The award will be presented by Joao Armando Gonçalves, number 363. Thank you, Moira. Moving on, this Bronze Wolf Award under number 391 is presented to Satian from France. The award will be presented with Luc Panissot, number 253. Thank you, Sad. Next up, the Bronze Wolf Award under number 392 is awarded to Mohammed Al-Khalid from India. The award will be presented by Hartmut Hale, number 137. Thank you, Khalid. Next up, under number 393, the Bronze Wolf Award is awarded to Hector Calventes. Sorry. So, okay, from Mexico, the award will be presented by Jorgen Rasmussen, number 228. Thank you, Hector. The following Bronze Wolf Award under number 395 is awarded to Armando Aguirre from the United States. The award will be presented by Dan Ownby, number 369. Thank you, Armando. Next up, the Bronze Wolf Award under number 396 is awarding to Jim Kastelik from Namibia. The award will be presented by Jemima Nerti, number 382. Thank you, Jim. Next up, well, last but not least, under number 397, the Bronze Wolf Award is awarded to Maggie Blake Kigoji from Uganda. The award will be presented by Jemima Nerti, number 382. Thank you, Maggie. So this was the last Bronze Wolf Award for today. We ask all Bronze Wolf awardees in this room to stand up and to be recognized. The conference, please join us in recognizing them with an applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now, before we wrap up this ceremony, Hartmut Kahler, could you kindly come up back to the stage, please. Yeah, dear conference, we would like to recognize Hartmut today for being an exemplary and inspiring scouting member. You see, Hartmut joined the Scout movement in 1949 and received his Bronze Wolf in 1978 for his exceptional service to the movement. And since then, he has not slowed down. In fact, he has continued to consistently and passionately serve Scouting, both locally in Germany and on the whole world. He has attended over 23 World Scout conferences. So this is his 23rd World Scout conference, and has diligently been documenting experiences that change lives of young people, such as the World Scout Jamboree in his jump train, as you see on the screen, and has continued and contributed to the development of strategic objectives for World Scouting over many decades. So volunteers like Hartmut contribute to the legacy that is Scouting and lead by example for younger generation to follow. So let's give him a big round of applause again as we say thank you for his service to the Scout movement. Yeah, would you like to say something? Okay.
It is my 75th year in World Scouting. Because all of you, and I thank you very much. I'm a Scout.
Thank you, everyone. With this, we conclude our Bronze Wolf Award ceremony today. We hope you enjoyed the remaining of the conference, and we wish to see you somewhere in the world somewhere soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations once again to our Bronze Wolf awardees. Thank you for being such an inspiration to all of us here. All right, as we come to the ends of our awards ceremony, I want to also thank every and each one of you for being here, for your active presence, and for making this conference truly special.
As we are going through the morning sessions, our time capsule has traveled around the plenary room. Each of you have now added your contribution And now our final delegations are adding their contributions to the time capsules. As we have been going through the morning sessions and the time capsule is being traveling around the plenary room, we are not going to close the time capsule now. We will leave it at the door. So while you are going out of the plenary, you may still add your contribution to the time capsule, and after that we will be closing the time capsule. Thank you everyone for your contribution and leaving a mark in time to a historic moment for our movement.
So today has been a testament to the incredible spirit and dedication of Scouting family. Just as we reflect, every story we've heard, every achievement that we've celebrated is a reminder of the positive impact that we can make together. From the youngest scouts to the seasoned leaders, each one of you plays a vital role. I hope that you all acknowledge that, and that your hard work, passion, and commitment to Scouting values are what drive us forwards.
We've seen extraordinary examples of leadership, innovation, and community building this morning. These stories inspire us to aim higher and do more, knowing we are a part of something bigger than ourselves. Remember, the celebrations doesn't end here. Keep sharing your achievements and stories using the hashtag Purple Awards. Let's continue to inspire each other and spread the spirit of Scouting far and wide.
Let's also take a moment to reflect on the values that bind us: trust, loyalty, friendship, and service. It's what's bringing us here after all. And these are the foundations of the Scouting that we must carry forward in all our endeavors. And most importantly, let's not forget to have fun along the way. Scouting is not just about achievements, it's about the joy of learning, growing, and making lifelong friends. With that, and as we bring our closing ceremony, or not closing ceremony, not just yet, but the Celebration Awards ceremony to an end, we'd like to remind you that our closing ceremony will take place today here at 2:30 p.m. in the plenary hall, and later on we will still have a great party ready for you, prepared by our hosts. That one will start 7 p.m., will also take place here in the plenary hall. Dress code is Scout Casual. And as a reminder, as we mentioned earlier this morning, for member organizations that wish to offer a token of recognition or gift to the host or World Scouting, the 7 p.m. gathering, the closing ceremony, will be your place to go. Do not forget about the time capsule. It will be there. It will wait for you. With that, thank you, everyone. Enjoy your long lunch break. See you again here at 2:30 p.m. Thank you.